Hello, hello. All right, we are doing Comfort, Comfort Ye My People, hymn number 298, and we are doing the bass part, basso. We actually did the melody part to this last year in that would have been 2024. So if you're seeing this later in life, go and go back to 2024 and you'll be able to find the melody tune. We're doing the bass part. Quick note about the third line. We are doing the rhythm wrong, and we are going to continue to do it wrong because it's kind of a conventional thing. So we are going to be singing, well, let me do it this way. The third line, Speak ye to Jerusalem, this would be the rhythm that is written on the page. Speak ye to Jerusalem of the peace that waits for them. Tell her that la-di-da. We are adding a beat to each of those measures in the third line. So it will sound like this. Speak ye to Jerusalem of the peace that waits for them. Tell her that blah, 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 blah. Okay? All right. So rather than butchering the bass part, in singing land, I'm actually going to just play it for you first. So I'm going to play the bass part. I'm going to play it in octaves, just which means two notes on the same pitch. Never mind. Close enough. So have a listen and see if you can track along and do what we call audiating. That is a fancy word for imagining that you are singing when you are in fact not singing. So, imagination singing, here we go. Sadie lady, this is not helpful. Can you chillax, please? Hey. It's dog barking hour. Thank you. Hold on. Okay. All right, so on the text, comfort, comfort ye my people. Now I am gonna sing. I'm gonna be singing an octave higher than you. Don't really worry about that. If you just sing in the range that's comfy and try to match me, you'll be fine. I'm playing your notes here and my notes here, just so you can hear them a little better. Okie dokie. Comfort, comfort. Ready, breathe. Comfort, comfort ye my people. Speak ye peace, thus saith our God. Comfort those who sit in darkness, mourning neath their sorrows load. Speak ye to Jerusalem of the peace that waits for them. Tell her that her sins I cover, and her warfare now is over. Okay, let's look at those last two lines again. Speak ye to Jerusalem. Actually, let's go backwards. And her warfare now is over. Listen to it once. Basses have a lot of big leaps, so get used to big leaps if you're singing bass. And her warfare, ready, breathe. And her warfare now is over. Bum bum, here comes the bride. 1-5, Star Wars. How I love on to tell her that her sins I cover. It's kind of the similar idea, but backwards. Tell her that her sins I cover. Woohoo! Let's do it again. Tell her that her sins I cover. One more time. Ready? Tell her. Tell her that her sins I cover. Go on. And her warfare now is over. Right, backing up to of the peace that waits for them. Ready and breathe. Of the peace that waits for them. Do that again. Ready, breathe. Of the peace that waits for them. One more time. Ready and go. Of the peace that waits for them. Very good. Now back up another one to Speak Ye to Jerusalem. Speak ye to Jerusalem. Again. Speak ye to Jerusalem. Go on. Of the peace that waits for them. Go on. Tell her that her sins I cover. And her warfare now is over. Hey, the note's coming in the longer I try to sing it. All right. Great. Let's move on now to verse 2. Verse 2. Yea, her sins. Ready and breathe. Yea, her sins our God will pardon. You know what? We need to break that down too, don't we? Okay. First bit, yea, her sins. Yea, her sins our God will pardon. Blotting out each dark misdeed. Now, that is going to be a really common thing. Listen to it again. Speak ye peace, or blotting out. Sorry, blotting out. Super common bass line. Listen one more time. Try it. Blotting out. Ready and blotting out each dark misdeed. Very good. Back to the beginning. Yea, her sins. Ready and breathe. Yea, her sins our God will pardon. Blotting out each dark misdeed. Same thing again. All that well deserved his anger, he no more will see or heed. Going on. She hath suffered many a day. Now her griefs have passed away. God will change her pining should have said this earlier, but I didn't. Go up. That his word is never broken. Always available to you. Pick an octave, any octave. Alrighty, friends, that is our bass part. I recommend you go through this video until you're really solid, and then hop over to the melody video and, give it a try and see if you can sing with the melody part. Alrighty, friends, happy singing.